Hello, Sky Friends, and welcome to Seasons of Skyrend, Book 4. We're a custom 5e D&D adventure that focuses on the stories of our characters as they seek to change the world, and how the world responds in turn. I am your host and DM, Scott, and you can find me on Twitter at @TheScottBlake.
Hi, I'm Chris, and you can find me at Ewok Killer on Twitter. I play Finnegan Finn Tempest, a Tiefling Trainer, which is a Skyrend original class supported by the Metalweave Games supplement Baby Bestiary. Finn is the trainer of Cerilius, a blue guard drake.
Hi, my name is Nate. You can find me on Twitter at Skyrend_Nate. I play Darvin Grimm, the human monk, and I am currently hosting Cade, the demigod of the land in my brain.
Hi, I'm Shannon. You can find me on Twitter at Skyrend_Shannon. I play Aranus Grey, the god of rebellion, and I am a half-elf bard.
You can also find the show on Twitter at Skyrend Podcast, and you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Skyrend Podcast. Head on over to find out about bonus chapters, early access, NPC creation, and more. Now then, thank you for joining us, and please enjoy this chapter in Seasons of Skyrend. Your journey down through the city of Earl and your quest to free the Changelings has led you to a secret lab in Old Earl. This is where you first learned of Earl Earl's twisted plot and came face to face with Ulwanir herself. After successfully linking Retreat into the memory sharing system, with an additional boost to ensure their memories take the lead, an Earl and a pair of EU guards came to investigate the strange lights coming from the crystals. You managed to subdue all of them before any reinforcements could be called, assuring you some measure of peace for now. In order to be as effective as possible, Retreat will need to stay connected throughout the night. This time can be a benefit to you, and it will also give the other parties in the city an opportunity to advance their causes. Better and the Changelings will continue to spread through the city as they gather intel, and the Antidians will get ever closer to enacting their plan to depower the central column. As Retreat lies under the crystal, you have time to plan your next moves and recover from the fight. While rest would be welcome, there is one member of your party who needs some structured training before she can sleep. Finnegan, Cyril will need a training session before either of you can rest. With the lab and Old Earl at your disposal, what would you like to do for her training?
Before he even starts, I would like to give Finn Bardic Inspiration.
Can you have Bardic Inspiration for training?
I don't know, it's a check.
It is. It's just something we haven't done before.
I don't think we've ever been in as dire of a situation where we felt like we might need it.
It says you can use it on an attack, ability check, or save.
All right, Arnis. What does this Bardic Inspiration look like? Is it pep talk for Finn, for Cyril? Mood-setting music? What do we got?
So I think at this point we've been on the road long enough that I know what music I play like Cyril likes and doesn't like. So what I'm going to do is just play a tune that I know she likes, right? Like one I've played before that kind of makes the tail wag, if you would.
Oh. All right. Does anyone have any thoughts on what music Cyril likes or doesn't like? Is she an upbeat Drake? Does she need some slow jams? What's up?
Blue Drake, who was raised out of the traditional blue environment. I think it's like it's like what you think of when you think of like elven music from Lord of the Rings. It's very like classically stringy, very ethereal, because it's got like a calming feel to her. And being a timid creature, because we've established that, like it just kind of settles her a little, makes her more comfortable.
Okay. So then not, as one might expect, blues music.
or like electric music. No. Steering away from the cliche.
Okay. I'm just curious what this sounds like. What does Cyril enjoy? Let me just take a quick note here. Cyril likes music.
Oh yeah, I should write that down too.
Because that means now I can throw a rock band at you and Cyril will not like it. All right. Okay. Harness gives bardic inspiration to Finnegan for this training check. So are you just playing throughout the training program then?
Sure.
Okay. In which case, Mr. Finnegan, let's talk about this training. What are you actually doing for the training? Before we get into the actual numbers of it, I'm just curious what this activity is and what it looks like, and then we can rush through the math.
Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. I think we have a game that Cyril and I often do to kind of practice her hunting skills when we don't have the opportunity to like go out and do it. So it like takes the typical like hunting techniques, but trims them down into a very simple game. And she would know this game pretty well. The way the game works is I take, just make sure I can do what I think I can do really quick.
Do you need some magic assistance with it?
Yes, okay. Yes. So the way the game works is we're going to play this with her in the harness because we're in a smaller space.
Okay.
I set her facing one direction, so like looking at the wall, and then I go to the other side of her and I put down a small piece of jerky, and then I conjure an illusion version of it next to it, and her training is to like figure out which one's the real one, and if she gets it, she gets to eat it, and if she doesn't get it, then I turn her back around and we do it again until she gets it.
Real jerky versus illusion jerky. Oh no.
That's awesome.
And it's super rationed, right? So like I have 9 pieces, but the way the game is played, it only takes like a piece because I'm doing smaller chunks of it because she knows that like this is practice and she's going to get the whole piece over the course of the practice.
Right. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds fun. Are you doing that here in the same room where retreat is hooked up to the bed and the passed out guards are tied up? Or are you going to a different room, or are you going out into Old Earl?
I think for the sake of just like, don't want to destroy the space, we'll take it out into the hallway.
Okay, the hallway. Sounds good to me. In which case, let's run through the DC of this real fast. Starting with the disposition for the base DC, I believe Cyril is friendly.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so base DC of 10. And then we'll get into the modifiers. There's no additional pet, so we don't have to worry about that. This is not a disagreeable regimen, so we don't have to worry about that. The snack is not a disliked snack, so we don't have to worry about that. Favorable environment. I think a hallway outside of a lab doesn't sound very favorable to me. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would say it's a neutral one because it's not unfavorable because it's technically underground and she likes being underground, but it's not so underground that it's just like, hey, I like to be underground. We're underground.
Well, I would argue your definition of underground, but I wouldn't call this an unfavorable environment either. Because right now you're at ground level. You're underneath all the snow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because if you remember when we came into Old Earl, it's like this is the actual ground here, and these are the houses that maybe at one time were not covered by snow. But favorite snack, yes. So -2. Drop that down to 8. Not low on rations, so we don't need to worry about that. Quality time. Yeah, I'll say quality time. Into a 7. Repeat regiment, not a repeat regiment. Temperament. That one does affect this, doesn't it? They're timid, so that's a +1.
I believe that is correct.
Okay. So that brings it to an 8.
+1 for being a dragon.
Oh, so that brings it to a 9 then. And this is not an unfavorable environment. So it's a 9. Which stat are you rolling for this? Sounds like it's magic. Sounds like Arcana.
Yeah, I would say, unless you wanted me to run, like, I don't know, survival.
Nah, I think this would be more if... No.
Survival would be more like actual out hunting it.
Yeah. Like if you were out and like hiding this and she had to go hunt it down, or if you had some magical means that the snack and the illusion snack were both running away and she had to run after him maybe. But
got it.
This all sounds like it's pretty contained. So I'm okay with this being Arcana. What is your Arcana bonus at the moment?
It's +10.
All right, well, so the only way you're going to fail is if you crit fail.
Which I did not. My total on both die, because I have the die for the roll and the inspiration is a 7, so it's a 17 total.
Okay, then you're fine. This training regiment goes off without a hitch. Cyril enjoys it. She gets enough energy out of her system to be calm for the rest of the night as well. And she's snacking on her jerky. Nom nom nom. And nothing gets destroyed.
And I think the last part of it is like, we're going to start to rest soon. So I take her out of the harness and kind of encourage her to sleep in front of the door. Is the door open in or out?
I forget. I want to say it opens into the room.
Cool.
And this door was not destroyed, like the door into the building overall. Darvin broke that door pretty good. All right. Anything else people want to do before we rest and wake?
Nope, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay. In which case, night passes. You're all allowed to rest. As the night moves on, the glowing light from the memory crystal, under which Retreat is sleeping, does glow brighter and does dim. There are moments where it's a bit more strobe-like, and there are times where it's a bit more of just a pulse of this change of color. But night passes uneventfully. When you all wake up, refreshed, ready for the day, what is on the agenda?
I don't think I thought that far.
Me neither. What
Like, I
now?
know,
I should have expected nothing less. We're halfway through the plan, so we're done with the plan.
Build an
Well, I
army
mean,
of
the next
changelings,
part-
I guess.
the next part of the plan is to see where the changelings are.
Yeah,
well,
like
they were told to.
Yeah, check on.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll be waking up soon. Retreat is still asleep. I just wanted to give you a chance in the morning before things started happening.
Yeah, I think it's
But if you have no immediate plans, allow me then. The changes you made to the memory crystal made it so that Retreat's thoughts and memories were the prime ones. These ones should take precedence over other shared memories of the day. It's kind of like pouring everybody's memories into a big bowl, shaking them up, pouring them back out. Only this time, Retreat's memories are taking precedence. And it has an interesting effect when there's this much of a disconnect between what they experienced and what everybody else experienced. Retreat wakes up in a bit of a daze, looks at the memory crystal above the bed, and you can hear them muttering under their breath, "Destroy." That was the idea implanted, or not implanted, but that was the idea given. Hey, focus on when you get up, break this. And you can hear Retreat under their breath, looking up at this crystal and muttering to themselves, "Destroy." And down the hall, you can hear the other changelings, the other Earls, waking up. And they are saying this with a little bit more conviction, a little bit more energy. Not like, "Brah, destroy." But these are new memories and new thoughts for them. And you can hear from down the hall the other Earls, the other changelings as they wake up, saying, repeating, "Retreat, destroy, retreat, destroy." And you see Retreat reaching up and grabbing this memory crystal. And they're giving it a few good yanks. It's attached up there fairly well because it is not meant to be removed. This is meant to be a fixture. And they struggle with it for a few moments. And finding it a little too difficult to remove, walk over towards the center of the room, pick up that guard's big hammer, drag it over along the ground, just lift it up, and swing, smashing right through this memory crystal. Shards of it go flying everywhere, and the light dims down in the room. And unless anybody lit a torch or a candle or anything, the room goes dark as they shatter this crystal.
as they do that, I draw my wand and I cast light on the end of it.
Ooh. Okay. Retreat, still holding this big warhammer, turns towards the door and continues to drag the hammer behind them. Still muttering under their breath, "Destroy, destroy," as if they're looking for more of these, as if they need to break something else. It's difficult to say, but they haven't quite snapped out of it yet.
As they do this, I give Cyril a whistle that is clearly intended to tell her to get up and move out of the way. Like, I'm not going to slow this changeling down if they're determined to go do some of the heavy labor for us.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, as they get to the door, they'll open the door and they'll walk out, and you can still hear them muttering to themselves, "Destroy." And you can hear the other changelings in the other chambers repeating, "Retreat, destroy." And you'll hear other sounds of shattering down the hall. What do you want to do?
Go look in the halls.
As Retreat makes their way down the hallway towards the exit, they are opening up each of the rooms along the way. If they are unlocked, they open it up, swing the door open, and will use that hammer to destroy whatever memory crystal is in there. However, some of these rooms are locked because they had changelings in them, becoming Earls. Retreat did not take the key from you, so instead they use this hammer and just cave in the handle, push the door open, and inside, after destroying their own memory crystals, you see more Earls come out and follow Retreat. Just so you all remember, Retreat is in Earl form. They did change into Earl form in order to get you all down here. And of course, the journey down here meant through the fog again. So they are unable to change back. And you see this small group of Earls, half a dozen, Retreat at the front with this big hammer. And they are heading out. They're going to go through Old Earl and head back into the city of Earl proper, all the while repeating to themselves, "Retreat, destroy." You can go with them if you want. You can go off and do your own thing.
I think following them is probably a good idea, unless
I
anyone
agree.
else wants to tell me no.
Nope. Follow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You tell me then when you want to intervene, because this is what they are going to do. They head back into the city of Earl, making their way up the staircase, past the original wind-down room, past the royal playground entrances, and up to the more general use, living space, common room space of the greenhouse. At this point, servants, guards, guests in various masks, mostly Olwans, Earls, Duchess, are taking note. This is odd behavior. There's a short older gal who approaches. Earl, what's going on? Is this a game? What is happening? And they keep repeating to themselves, they keep saying, "Retreat, destroy," and it is freaking some of them out. And as you get up to this level where more bedrooms are, you can hear the sound of more shattering and more Earls emerging from their rooms. This same vibe. Retreat's memories, Retreat's thoughts of being a changeling and the thought of breaking these memory crystals is implanted in all of them. And it is taking time for that sense of individuality to meld with the sense of individuality. As much as Earl knew that there were other Earls around, they still all felt like the same Earl because of the memory sharing. And you've all thrown a huge wrench into that engine. And they are on a mission to destroy all of the other memory crystals that they can. There are other bedrooms that haven't been used yet tonight, and they are going in and breaking those. And as they move through the greenhouse, more Earls join up until you've got 2-3 dozen. If there are others here within the greenhouse, they are in other areas of the greenhouse. This is the main group marching their way through. As they get up to the main level, and before they can get to the exit, a group of guards stands firm. They don't know what's happening, but this isn't normal, and they do not want to let the Earls out. As the Earls approach these guards, Retreat, still at the front, still dragging this hammer behind, takes a swing. Earl/Retreat is not the strongest of people, but can still swing this hammer. It's just with a lot of momentum They are spinning themselves in order to get this moving. And hit the guard square in the chest with the blunt end. The guard drops down, but the others rush to begin restraining the Earls. Whatever's happening is not good. And at this point,
no, I'm like, if no one's going to say anything, then I'm going to start throwing spells. Like,
No. I want to. Okay, so retreat takes a swing. They rush in. I want to kind of run to the front of the group and say something. What do I want to say? I don't know.
Do something, because it's going to turn sideways here.
Yeah, it really is.
retreat looks like an Earl again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Until you do something about the fog, they're not going to be able to change back.
I just want to say, whoa. You would attack your leader?
Spin into the lie, huh? I like it. Bold choice.
I don't really have time before they start throwing punches to hit them with the truth. Too long of an explanation. Just try to get him to focus on me for a second.
Well, I don't know if they're going to start swinging weapons at these Earls, but they are going to try to, at the very least, restrain them. It could turn more violent. Who's to say? Arn, as you call out, you'd hit your leader. This one guard, not the one that retreat hit with a hammer, but the one next to them. Bigger guy, name of Rugosa. You don't know his name. There's not a name tag on there, just so I can refer to him by name. This guard, Rugosa, replies, "Look, we don't know what is going on here with Earl, but this doesn't seem normal. This seems like they could be a danger to themselves if they try to leave. We need to sort things out before anything happens. Don't want to hurt him, any of him, but we can't let them go out like this." Would somebody else like to add to the conversation or start some violence or run away? Lots of options here. Darvin, how are you reacting to this?
Talking doesn't go well for me, so I'm just going to wait and see what happens.
All right.
No chest drums? All right.
Honestly, I feel like anything I want to say is only going to make this situation worse. But it's also, I feel like, the right thing to say, too.
There you go.
So I'm going to speak up. And I will say, from my position toward the back of the group.
Quick question.
Good call.
Yes.
Is Cyril back in the harness now?
No, was not. Did not. No, because she
Okay.
was out in the morning, so I would not have had time to put her on before this happened. So she's full-sized.
Okay.
Woo.
I was going to allow either way, but if you want her to be full size.
So from my place toward the back of the group, I'll say, "By the chains of Agni Toy, you will not further imprison these freed changelings."
That's cool, because I was about to tell him the truth, too. Since I
Okay.
had the for a second.
I need you to roll something here, Finnegan, because some people may know the truth. I don't know who. And also, that is a very... that's a statement to say here in the open. It sounds a little bit like intimidation, but...
Probably. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I have no bonuses to anything when it comes to speechifying.
I was wondering if I could help him out. I'm not sure what I'd do, though. Because I really just want to kind of, like, go, yeah. But that's...
Pull a Darvin. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's basically saying what I was about to say.
That's a 12.
Oh, Jesus. It's all good. You're right, and you spoke up before me.
With a 12 on intimidation, Rugosa is going to reply, "I don't see any changelings here, just Earls, and you all. We just need to make sure that these Earls are all right. But as for you all, I don't see any reason to show restraint." And he gives a quick little head nod to some of the other guards who are moving around this group of Earls and headed towards you.
Okay. As he does this, I'm going to go, whoa. You don't know who we are or anything about this situation, and you're just moving in? You don't want to know what's happening here? Nothing? You're just going to start bashing heads?
I think this guard, as they pull out a sword, says, "What did you do? Are you responsible? What did you do?"
Oh my God.
Anybody can answer here. He's approaching the group of you, but sword drawn now.
To be clear, by the way, Finn is still in the back of the group. I ran up to the front of the group. Okay, just so we know where we are.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be Arnis or Darvin up at the front, but if Arnis wants to be the meat shield.
Okay, he says the thing. I say, ooh, a little quick to judgment there, buddy. I'm just saying that you might want to have all the facts before you start, smashing people.
Side note, are you giving any of the facts right now?
I'm not offering them. Maybe I should, though.
I think as Arnis dances around the point and Finnegan sees the violence impeding, he'll shout from the back, "The facts are very simple. Anyone with half a brain would be able to begin to think that there is no way this many of the same exact person would exist. Many years ago, Earl, through magic, enslaved many changelings. Your people have been spending years continuing to enslave these poor changelings. Now you have a choice. You can step aside, you can fight and die, or you can do the right thing. Either way, I'm taking these changelings to free their siblings."
Mm-hmm.
I just point back and I go, he's not wrong,
Sounds like we need one final intimidation check. Whenever you're ready, Finnegan.
That's a 14.
So this guard has their sword out. With their other hand, they're going to reach down to their thigh, pull up this dagger, and chuck it at Finnegan. Because he's mouthing off, and he doesn't have time for this. This is a tense situation, and you're yelling at the cops. Finnegan does a 17 hit.
Give me a second. I mean, yes, but I have things.
Yes. Chance for reaction here.
Yeah, how do I cast this? I'm going to cast shield, but I think I've written some flavor for this already.
A little Latin in there. Sorry, a little draconic in there.
Delicious flavor.
No, I have not come up with this yet. So as it's coming toward me, I just literally go to parry it with my wand as I shout out in draconic. And it's just for now, it's just I shout out in draconic. I'll figure it out later.
That's fine. That's fine.
But it's just like a swipe across my own body, and that shield kind of solidifies, and it looks like a translucent dragon's wing.
Ooh, I like that flavor. Tasty. What does that make your AC?
Sorry. I believe the +5 makes it a 17.
Well, then it's still going to hit.
What?
Because it matches your AC.
Oh, no, sorry. 18. Wait, let me double check. Fuck. I can't remember. My brain is fried right now. And I'm trying to remember what shield adds.
5.
Then, yeah, for some reason I didn't think you said 17. I don't do any of that.
Okay. We can walk that back then. We don't have to use the spell slot.
And I get hit with a dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
It's just a dagger. Then you're not a level 1 wizard. You see this dagger coming in, and before you can even react and cast shield, as you're pulling your wand out and getting ready, this dagger's going to hit you in the shoulder for 7 piercing damage. It's not a lot. It's just a dagger. This is a trained guard.
I will, however, use my reaction.
Ooh.
Since he just hit me.
Oh, son of a...
to hit him with a hellish rebuke. And this is, I've done this before and I have this written down. It's a level 3. I snap my wand back, I grab my shoulder and I pull the dagger out, throw it on the ground, and I underhanded snap my wand at him as I yell out Igneous, and just snap fire erupts around him.
Mm-hmm. Is that a attack roll, saving throw? I forget.
It's dexterity save. And okay. I'm going to use this as my daily tiefling, not as a spell slot.
Gotcha. I figured that much, but good to know for sure. Okay. Dex save. What's the DC?
It's low. I think it's 11. Give me a second. How do you calculate a save again? I didn't write it down.
8 plus proficiency plus modifier.
What is our proficiency bonus right now? I'm like, what is life?
Its proficiency bonus is +5 at level
It's
15.
5.
Yeah.
It's 13.
Oh, because it doesn't use your spellcasting modifier. It uses.
When I do it as my tiefling daily, it doesn't use that.
Okay. That's why it's low. Well, they rolled a 17 on the die.
Well, they'll take half of this then.
Well, this is still going to hurt.
Which is a 14.
Is 14 already halved?
That's not halved.
Okay.
So it's 7.
It takes 7. Cool. You whip this hellish rebuke at him and fire erupts. It burns and it hurts. It's not going to be enough to take him down, but he yells out in surprise. He did not know who you were. Did not know what he was up against. Wasn't expecting this, let's just say. But it does just solidify in his mind and in the other guards' minds that this is not going to be a peaceful exchange here. I mean, unless you all want to surrender. He shouts and screams, and Rugosa, from by the door at the front of the group of Earls, sees this and is like, oh, we don't have time for this. Coda, go get reinforcements from headquarters. We got to take everybody here in. The smaller female guard is going to turn and run. What would you all like to do?
I want to stop her.
That seems like a good first step. How would you like to do so?
I want to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on her.
Okay. How does that work?
She makes a wisdom save.
Oh, come on. I don't think it's going to work because this time it was a 13 total. And on the die, but...
Yeah, she doesn't save and she falls down laughing.
Okay.
And the person that gave her the order to run,
Rugosa,
I cast this thing. I basically just yell, laugh. And she does it. And then I just start staring back at this dude. I don't say anything else. Staring down.
She is on the floor, laughing it up. The sound of clanging weapons against the stone. Rugosa's losing his patience here. Darvin, what would you like to do?
So we got one person laughing and one person... I'm sorry, what?
The other guard who was approaching is a little crispy now because Finnegan set him alight. That fire is gone, but he is pissed and got his sword out, and he's pretty close to Arnis at the moment.
Okay, so a laughing guard and a crispy guard.
And then other guards on the other side of the Earls, and they're trying to corral the Earls. But y'all are being a pain in the ass.
Well, I guess I will step in since Arnis inserted himself as a meat shield and try and establish myself as a meat shield.
I appreciate it.
And attack the crispy guard.
All right.
First, with the leg sword, I got a 27.
That'll hit.
For 14. Okay. Second leg sword, I got a 29.
Yeah, it really hits.
I rolled low. 9 damage. And then I got a punch.
All right. Yeah, he is crispy and bloody at the moment and mad. But go ahead and punch him.
I rolled a 17.
That's still going to hit.
12 damage.
All right. Are you killing this guard, Darvin?
Oh my god.
No.
Okay. Where do you punch him that knocks him out?
Like the face. Yeah.
The face. Nice. Good solid strike in the head. And whoosh, tumbles, falls down. Clunk, clunk. Sword. Ting, 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 ting. Skitters across the ground.
I have not broken eye contact with the lead dude, by the way.
That's fine.
This entire thing is happening.
Finnegan, what would you like to do?
At this point, there's one dude left, right?
No, that would be improper to say.
I'm sorry, one person left?
Oh, I didn't mean because of gender, but I just meant like in terms of numbers. There is Coda, who is on the ground laughing, who's going to go run away and go get more reinforcements. And there's Rugosa up there at the front. But then there's also the guard that Earl hit with a hammer. Sorry, that retreat hit with a hammer.
Okay.
They are catching their breath.
I am going. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I haven't done this yet. I am going to. I raise my wand up high over my head, and I make some it looks like fly fishing movement 3 times, and then I say Fulgar Pesolum. And as I say this, I finish the casting of this towards the guard who took the hit to the chest. And I'm casting Witch Bolt, and what it looks like as it moves to the crowd is like a little eel of electricity slithering between people to get to her.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, I have not cast this spell in a very long time.
Indeed.
I haven't cast it in this game yet.
Oh.
It's a ranged attack. Okay. The 18 to hit?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Cool. It's going to take a D12 lightning damage. Oh, max damage.
Oh, you'll love to see it.
Which is actually going to be 13 because I get +1 from my wand. And then on each of my turns, for the duration that I maintain the concentration, I can use my action to deal another D12 automatically.
Awesome. I like Witch Bolt a lot because it can be guaranteed damage.
I think when it hits the eel, hits her chest. Is it a he, she, they?
Had not said for this first guard who got hit. Let's go with he.
Okay, and I think it looks like when the eel hits him, it hits him in the chest and overwhelms him and gets that electric shock. And then there's just a slight crackle along his body and a line of electricity between his body and my wand that's just feather, fishing line, thin line.
Weaving in and out amongst the Earls. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. First, I do want to acknowledge the fact that I did not call for initiative, so I hope people aren't upset about that, but it kind of escalated a little bit more naturally. Second, Rugoso, with whom Arnis has been having a staring contest this whole time, he has also not broken the gaze.
When is Cyril gonna get an action?
Oh, sorry.
Later?
Yes. No, Cyril has a turn right after yours. I forgot about Cyril.
And then I guess at the end of my turn, it would be just a whistle to Cyril that is just a charge whistle. How far is everybody?
Well, you already said that you're at the back of the group, so I'd say you're about 10 feet behind Arnis. Okay, cool. And then there's a good 20 feet of Earls, and then there is the guards that are back there at the exit. Cool.
Then Cyril's going to look at the situation and dive into the ground and burrow up behind the one that is in locked viewing, looking at Arnis, and just growl right now because this one hasn't done anything violent yet. But
by this one, you do mean Rugosa, right? The leader.
Yeah,
okay.
The Rugosa hasn't done anything violent yet. But you can see Cyril's tail just kind of wagging in the back. So what Cyril's doing mechanically is she has prepared an action to strike this dude whenever he does anything violent, but she's making him make the mistake.
That's fine. He's not even going to acknowledge Cyril at the moment. Still staring right at Arnis. He's going to first give an order to the guard right next to him. You just hit with the Witch Bolt. Rugosa says, "Weller, pull yourself together. Take care of that Drake behind me." And still staring at Arnis, pulls out a wand of his own. And he's going to pick a point about 10 feet behind where Finnegan is standing. And he's going to cast Fireball at the highest level that he possibly can.
And now go ahead. No, you do your thing. You do your thing. Because I was going to ask, where are we in order? Because I need to know if I have a reaction or not.
Well, you just had your turn, so you would have a reaction again.
Then I'm going to use my reaction to try and steal that fireball.
Oh, do that. I was going to cast Counterspell, but that's better.
Okay. Let me come over here to the ring. Where's the ring? Where's the ring? There we are. All right. So make an Arcana Int skill check with a DC equal to their spell save DC. On a success, successfully stored within the ring. On a fail, you're going to take a lot of damage.
This is going to be close. I just rolled a 6. My bonus is let me just confirm it, but I don't think it's more than a 10. My Arcana is a 10, so that's a 16.
Finnegan, this is going to be a lot of damage. This is the leader. This person does know what they're doing. So let's talk about what happens on a fail. You're unable to control the magic, and you become the sole target of the spell, regardless of the original wording or area of effect. So, in one sense, you just saved Arnis and Darvin from a lot of damage, which is fun. Specifically why it's worded that way, because even on a fail, it can still be a measure of success. In addition, you take 1d6 psychic damage per level of the spell being cast. Finnegan, my man, this was a 5th level fireball.
Resistance to fire damage.
You're gonna need it. I have to roll 10d6 fire, and then 5d6 psychic.
Level 5? Holy shit.
What was your total health to begin with?
You're at max.
99, because I took that 7 earlier.
Let me roll a bunch of dice here.
Oh my.
Please give me the fire first.
Yes.
I'm rolling.
And then d6 for the psychic damage as well. Yes. Okay. Just making sure.
Wait, do the fire
first. Do the fire first, please.
I will give you the number first. I'm just rolling all the damage at once.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, dropping a die as well. Okay. That way when I actually do start speaking again, it goes faster. Okay. Finnegan, as this fireball is flying at you and you try to confiscate it, it begins to explode, but because of the magic of the ring, it all just funnels directly into a point, like through your arm and up to your chest. And first you take 36 fire damage.
Is that already halved?
No. So 18 for resistance. And then because you tried to control magic that was a little bit outside of your scope at the moment, you take that additional 5d6 psychic damage, which comes to 20 psychic damage.
Okay.
Rugosa certainly takes note that you tried to do something fancy there, but also note that you failed. And he says...
He's going to get hit with a tail.
Oh, yeah. Before he gets hit with a tail, he just is going to give a quick little offer. If you know what's good for you all, stand aside and let us do our jobs. And then Cyril's going to hit him with a tail.
Oh, that's a crit.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, Cyril.
Cyril does not like that Finnegan just got smacked around, magically speaking. Roll that damage.
13.
13. Okay. All right. At which point, Weller is going to try to hit Cyril. Weller has a great sword. Nice big sword. Gonna make 2 quick swings at Cyril. Popped up out of nowhere. Hit the boss. God damn it. Well, one of those is a 2 on the die, so that's not gonna hit.
Yay.
Does a 14 hit Cyril?
That's a negative.
Okay. Too much of a surprise. Didn't want to hit the boss. 2 loud clangs along the ground. Ching, ching. Arnis, does Coda get to try to save against Tasha's hideous laughter again? What's up?
I believe at the end of her turn. Look it up.
Yeah. At the end of each of its turns. Cool. She's going to try to make a wisdom saving throw again. A 17?
No.
Still laughing.
Oh, I need to roll concentration for my witch bolt.
Ooh, you sure do. It's all considered one single amount of damage. So that would be a lot. You took half of 18, so 38. So 19 is the DC.
Well, it's a 16 on the die, and it's a con save, right?
Yep.
It's an 18.
Witch bolt drops. Arnis, what would you like to do?
Ooh, me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do I want to do?
Darvin knocked out the one guard who was approaching you.
Yeah, which is good. I think I want to... I want to cast Eldritch Blast on the later dude.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, right. I have to roll.
Yeah, 3 times if I remember correctly.
I'll just roll all three.
Yes, roll your Eldritch Blasts 3.
Jesus Christ.
It's either good or bad.
Bad.
What do you got?
That's a 13,
No.
a 17,
No.
and a 23.
That'll hit.
Good, because if it didn't, I would say we should run away.
What sort of armor is that guy wearing?
Head guy, Rugosa. Used to be chainmail.
7 force damage.
7 force damage. All right. You hit him. Laughs a little bit. Shrugs it off. Gonna be like that, huh? Anything else, Arnis?
Oh, shoot. I should have used all of my action to heal Finn. I didn't do that.
No.
You want me to
did not.
cast Healing Word?
It's entirely up to you.
Or do you want me to not do that? I'm going to cast Healing Word.
Okay.
I'm going to cast it at a level 3. It's not really, but
Okay.
it'll do a little more than just the 1d4. It's 13 HP
Hey, not bad, not bad.
Mm-hmm.
to Finn. It's not bad. It's really a drop in the bucket compared to what he took, but it's a start.
Okay. Okay. Darvin punched a dude out. There's a bunch of Earls, Laughing Guard, and a couple of guards on the other side of the Earls, over where Cyril's at. What do you want to do?
Arnis attacked the lead
Boss.
guard, right?
Yeah.
Riguro. Can I get
Rugosa.
over there?
Yeah,
Rugosa.
you're fast.
Nice. Then I would like to do that. Move over to Rugosa and attack.
Okay. Swing away.
Okay, first attack with the leg sword is a 21.
Oh, yeah, that'll hit. Oh, actually, nah. He's gonna cast shield.
Jerk.
Y'all aren't the only magic folks around.
Can you counterspell shield?
Of course
I was
you
gonna
can.
ask
You
if
can
I could-
counterspell anything.
Oh, no, I can't. You can counterspell shield. I can't steal it because I already failed at stealing something.
I would like to counterspell his shield.
You see him making the motion to cast shield, and this like shimmer of light begins to form around him, and then Arnis counterspells it, and your leg sword gets through and hits him.
Nice. Thank you, Arnis.
No problem, buddy.
For 12 damage.
Ouch! He really wish he had that shield.
Second leg sword.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 17. Wait, I can't do math. That's only a 16.
Oh, it's not gonna hit.
Okay. I would like to spend a key point to punch twice.
Do it, my man.
Hang on, Okay. Recorded that I spent a key point. It's going to be a 16 and a 22.
The 22 will hit.
Nice. For 12 damage.
Okay. He's staggered by that hit. Not down, but he felt that punch, and he's not like in this situation right now. It's all getting very quickly out of hand. Finnegan, from the back, what would you like to do?
I'm going to launch a Scorching Ray. I'm going to go with... I get 3 of them. The
Mhm.
intention is to try and finish off the one that's not the leader.
Yeah.
And if I have an extra one, I will redirect it toward the leader. So first one is a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
It's going to be 10 fire damage for the first one.
Well, that hurts. They're still up, though. Having a
Second
hell of a
one's-
day.
24 to hit. Oh, minimum damage, 2 damage.
Ooh. They're still up.
And the third
They
one,
turned, got him on the back there.
okay, the third one didn't land flat. It would have been a crit, but it didn't land flat. So
Appreciate the
It's a-
honesty.
26.
It still hits a lot.
10 again.
10 again? Okay. You roast this guard and they drop like a sack, smoldering there next to Rugosa, who is
And
just...
go ahead.
I was going to say, Rugosa's just pissed now. But
And
it's
as he hits-
Cyril's turn.
As he hits the ground, I'll say, no one had to die today.
I agree, he responds.
And Cyril's going to whack at the leader with advantage.
Because Darvin's up there now.
It's at 18. On the die, where are Cyril stats? It's a 27.
Yeah, that'll hit.
7 damage.
Okay,
And attack number dose. 26.
that hits.
10 damage.
Rugosa has been battered and bruised. There's sweat. There's blood. He's clinging on. Does not like the direction this all is going. Oh, this is good. This is good. This is good. Because they do get, it is creatures he chooses. So he can exclude the Earls from this. He's going to cast another spell. Don't believe it's one that any of you have seen before. I certainly haven't used it yet in this game. But he raises his hand, and it starts to glow, and he's going to slam it down on the ground to cast a spell. And this wave of energy begins rippling out. If anybody wants to try to counter or steal this spell, now is the time.
I'm going to try and steal it because it looks awesome and I want it.
Okay.
Roll, don't fail me now.
Make that Arcana skill check.
It's a 27.
There you go. You're going to steal this spell. That's a shame. That's a shame. For him, it's a shame. For you, this is great. The energy begins rippling out from him, and then it focuses in a line and heads straight to Finnegan, where it gets sucked up into the ring. Finnegan, you have confiscated the 5th level spell, Destructive Wave.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. It is very cool, in fact. Let me just mark this down in the sheet here. What is his spell
I need to know
save?
his save, yeah.
Yeah, just a second here. Okay. So Destructive Wave is a 5th level spell. Spell save DC of 18. It is a fantastic spell that I wish would have worked, because I could have rolled another 10d6 on everybody.
Or if I'd have failed, just on me again.
Or another 15d6 on you. Because it's a 5th level spell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This one's especially nice because it's a Constitution saving throw. So I was hoping it would have worked on all of you. But oh well. All right. Rugosa sees that this has happened. Weller's dead. Coda is still on the ground laughing. They'll get to make another save attempt in a moment here. But this is not good. He knows it. He's a smart enough guy. So what's he going to say? What's he going to say before Coda's turn? He's going to repeat your words back to you, Finn. Well, not repeat exactly, but no one else has to die here today. We are just trying to protect Earl, and the city. Can't you see that?
I'm sorry. There hasn't been an Earl in this town for years. There are no Earls here. That feels like the worst form of gaslighting, except it is actually the truth. There is no Earl here.
He says, look around you. There's all these Earls that are right here.
I am. All I see are changelings.
Even if that's true, you don't know whether or not he knows the truth, but he says, even if that's true, do you know what would happen to the city? They found out nobody was in charge. Coda remains laughing on the ground. Arnis, it's your turn. Whatever you want to do.
Okay, I'm gonna answer this dude's question, and then I'm gonna do something. But so that's all the city needs? Somebody to be in charge?
The city already has somebody in charge. I mean, if Arnis wants to change this into a negotiation instead of a fight, like...
Oh, I really don't.
Okay.
I really don't.
I was going to say, well, then the fighting has to stop.
No. I don't want to change it into a negotiation because I'm just going to say, oh no, as I said before, like, he's not here. However, let me just nominate myself to take his place. Arnis Grey, God of Rebellion. And I cast Eldritch Blast.
And you had a power cord and electrocuted.
Okay. Roll your attacks.
I mean, it's going to go poorly because that's how my Eldritch Blast has been going this evening, but we'll do it anyway. Once again, 12, a 15, and a 29.
Well, the 29 is going to hit.
Ugh. 3 damage. Good gracious. I suck at Eldritch Blast today.
Well, how about I save you from feeling bad about that? Since he just had his turn, he's not going to try to cast Shield this time. Instead, he's going to try to cast Counterspell. Because that will kill him if it hits him. And he is trying to save his own life.
Well, it's a cantrip, so it'll counter.
Yeah, unless you countered his Counterspell like a jerk.
Oh.
I've already used my absorption, so I can't try to absorb his counterspell.
Oh, I can counter his counter.
You can.
You'd be a super jerk right now? Super duper jerk?
Nah, I don't need to be that big of a jerk. I'll let him counter it.
Okay.
Cyril can handle him too.
He doesn't want to die. He knows this is the end if it hits him. He sees it coming right to his face, and he's just like, whoosh, counters it, and all 3 of them just dissipate in front of his face. Look, stop. Holds out his hands. But it's not his turn, so Darvin, what do you want to do? You're right there.
Ooh, I'm going to say, you're not protecting the Earls. We are.
Oh, goddamn, that's good.
And I'm going to hit him with the sword.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Ooh, for a 13.
Oh, that's not going to hit.
Okay, second attempt here for a 24.
Yeah, that's going to hit. Darvin, do you want to kill him or do you want to knock him out?
No, blunt edge here. Knock him out.
Okay.
You want damage still, right?
That's, I mean, you can, but.
Okay, never mind. No damage.
Apparently he had 3 or less hit points.
Yes.
I rolled more than that. I can't quite figure out the math.
I knew just with your modifier alone would be enough to take him out.
All right, that.
Because there's a minimum of 1 damage plus your bod. So.
Oh, yeah.
You
Fair.
smack this guy with the blood side of the sword, and he collapses. Coda is on the ground laughing. The Earls, now with nobody standing in their way, push the door open, and they're going to go out into the city.
Someone should do something about the one who's still laughing.
Nobody got any rope?
Let's see. They'll get 1 chance to save here. No, they failed. They're still laughing. If you want to tie them up, you can, or you can just leave and they'll laugh and watch as you leave.
Yeah, I still don't want them running to get help, though, so I can tie them up.
Okay. You do so. It will be some time before they can go alert anybody else. Do you just want to keep following the Earls?
That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, that's pretty much my plan. I'm like, I don't really want to stop them. I just kind of want to see how this plays out.
Okay. Very interesting session here, my guys. Very, very interesting.
Well, I mean, the other option is to try and stop them all and convince them that they're not Earls, and then what do we do? Like, I want to finish making sure that they're all free and all the stuff is destroyed before we do anything else.
Yeah, that was kind of my thought too. So
Yeah,
if that's
cool.
like what they're on their way to do, like I want to let.
Yep.
I don't want them to do that mind sync thing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's freaky.
That mind suck thing, you mean?
Ha ha ha.
Mind
Unless we
gross.
could abuse it to our own ends.
Nah.
You sure could abuse it to your own ends if you wish. All of the crystals have not been destroyed yet that you know. And there are other Earls, of course. There are other changelings. And more got destroyed than what you saw. And we're probably out of all of the Earls that are in this city, that session hit probably like 75 to 85% of them all.
I'll take it.
Because there are some that would have been still out in the city and they sleep during the day as opposed to during the night. Night shift Earls, But okay, let's follow these changeling Earls around for a moment here and talk about how this gets even more complicated. Because it's not so much that they believe they are acting as Earl. Retreat's memories and thoughts are seeping into them, and that desire to break the memory crystals, destroy the thing that was controlling them, is still in there. And they want to finish doing that before whatever happens next. And as they go out and up into the city. Okay. Let's stop at one of the nice, fancy, rich levels. Let's just go up to the very next floor, the 4th level. This is where all of the highest end merchants are. This is where the silver purse office is. A lot of wealthy people here. A lot of high class, highfalutin folks. And the Earls push their way out into this level. Retreat still dragging that hammer. And as they move into this level, you can still hear them saying, retreat, destroy. And then you see another Earl, who had not gone to bed last night, who is still up, notices this group of other Earls. It's like, hey! Arms open, ready for a good time, and catches on with what's happening, knows something's wrong, approaches them, tries to give words of restraint. Hey, all, hey, let's put that hammer down. Let's go grab a drink together or something. Hit up the playground. And these other Earls grab him, kind of hoist him up. Not like on parade, but like carrying him. And he's very lost and confused as to what's going on. And a commotion is beginning. The citizens, the merchants, the normal folk are starting to realize that this isn't right. Something's off. And there begins to be a panic. Some people are screaming. Some people are running away. Some people are going to go try to fetch guards or something. Help! Help! What do we do? Earl's not right. And there's a lot of panic and confusion going on right now. And across the way, down the street, you see Condivus, the lieutenant, so to speak, of the Antidians, works just below Antidius, the one that you first met, grew to trust you. The plan for doing something about the central column is supposed to happen tomorrow. Then he sees this panic, this disorganization, and he sees a distraction, and he sees you leading it. And even if his math is wrong, he's putting 2 and 2 together and coming up with time to act.
And with that, we'll bring this chapter to a close. But the story will always continue. Thanks again to all of our Patreon patrons for your support. If you'd like to become a patron, go to patreon.com/Skyrend podcast and pick out a level that's right for you. Before we go, I'd like to give special thanks to everyone at the $5 and up tiers. At the $5 City Council level, thank you, Shannon DeMello. At the $10 Mayor level, thank you, Christopher DeMello. At the $15 Governor level, thank you, Phoenix Bryan and Sierra Jones. Thank you for listening to this chapter in Seasons of Skyrend. If you like what you heard, please leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you find us. If you want to chat, we're on Twitter at Skyrend Podcast. You can join our Discord server, or you can email us at skyrendpodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us online at skyrendpodcast.com. As always, thanks to Daryl Barnes for creating our theme music. You can find them on Twitter at DarylBarnes_. We also want to thank the talented at Gabby_Desu on Twitter for our fantastic podcast art. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next time on Seasons of Skyrend.